Hey, this is Jessica with Miley Made Me Do It. If you want to make these cute pants for your nephew or your son, it's so cute. Keep watching. Okay, so I have all of my pattern piece cut out. This is what you'll need. Head over to Little Lizard King and go grab the Oakland pattern. This pattern is made for a girl or a boy. I'm going to do one for my nephew. You will need a 1.5 inch waistband elastic, 2-inch elastic, your pins. Okay, so I also recommend that when you print off your pattern pieces, make sure that you print off your cutting chart and your elastic cutting chart. That's so that you won't have to keep going back and forth to see, what sizes you need. So that's what I like to do. I like to print off my cutting chart. So I grabbed my front pants pieces here, and I got my lining. So I just decided to change my lining up because the red you really couldn't tell what was the right side and what was the wrong side. So I just decided to just make my lining this here. So what you're going to do is that you're going to determine, of course, with this red, it's going to be a little hard, but what's your right side and your wrong side to your fabric. Okay, so I've already done that. I'm going to take my inside pocket piece here, and I'm going to lay it on top of my front pants piece here, right sides together, just like that. And I'll do the same for my other pants leg. Okay, so what I'll do next is I'm going to get my pins, and I'm going to pin along this long side and across the straight here on both sides, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to take my pants leg, my front pants leg to the sewing machine. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance where I pin. And I'm going to trim off my seam allowance, and then I will clip the corners without clipping through my stitches here. And this will help the pocket to lay nice and flat when I am turning it right side out. So I'll be back. Okay, so I took my pants piece here, and I took it and I did my 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then I cut a slit here between where the corner is. You can really see it here, and just trim down my seam allowance. Now I'm just going to take it to the iron. I'm going to flip both of them over just like this. I'm going to flip both of them over like this, and I'm just going to press. Okay, so I fold my pocket piece to the wrong side of my pants, and I press it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to flip my pants piece on the right side. I have my pants piece here on the right side. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and do just a top stitch. Okay, so this will be your half pocket piece, and this is your full pocket piece here. When you print your pattern out, it'll look like this, and you would have to they have a line for you to cut it, just to make this piece, to make it a half piece for your pocket. So I would highly recommend that you print off 2 of your pocket pieces. So then, just print off 2 of them, one of them that's full, and then one that will be full and one that will be half. So then there won't be any confusion. So right now I have my pants wrong side out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my full pocket piece here, and I'm going to place this on top of the pocket piece right side together. Just like this. Alright. So I have them right side together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin my two pieces together here. I'm gonna pin along the straight edge on the L shape here. Okay, I'm gonna pin these two pieces together, and then I am going to do and I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay, so I have attached my full piece to my pants, and my pants right now are right side out. So any of this excess, you can just trim that off. All right, so I'm gonna take this back to my sewing machine, and I'm just gonna do a little stay stitch here along the top and on the side, so then I can keep my full piece together when I'm constructing my my pants. Okay, our pockets are done, and now let's put these pants together. Okay, so I'm gonna take my front piece of my pants. I'm gonna put these right sides together, just like that. Okay. Just like that. I'm just gonna pin here along the crotch seam, and I'm going to finish it with a serger. Okay, so I serged my two front pieces together at the crotch seam. Now let's repeat the same thing for your back pant. And I'm gonna just serge the raw ends here of my pocket pieces so they won't fray when washing. Okay, so I have my back pants here. And I'm going to put them right sides together. Like I said, it's really hard when it comes to this red fabric here on what's right side. So you just have to really, like, you know, figure that out, like determine which side is the right and the wrong side. And if you have an issue with it, you just pick a side, close your eyes, and pick a side, and just make sure you just put a marker on there. Or you can use one of these little pins here and just write wrong side, right side on it. So, yeah. Place my back pieces right sides together. Just like that. And I'm going to pin and sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance in, and then I will serge my raw end. Okay, so I got my back pants piece finished. I serged my raw ends. Okay, so now what you'll need to do is you can open this up. Open your pants up like this. Grab your front pants piece, and you just lay them right sides together on top of each other, just like that. Starting at the crotch seam here, we're going to line up your crotch seams, and we're just going to pin down both legs. Okay, so I have my crotch seam pinned. So now I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and just do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to serge my raw end. And then I'm also going to go ahead and just pin my side seams up here. I'm going to pin and sew my side seams also. Just to give it a one-stop shop. All right, let's sew. Okay, so I went ahead and I serged all of my raw ends on my crotch part and my side seam. I would say that I use white thread so you guys can see what I'm doing, but then I would be lying because the only reason why I use white thread is because I didn't want to change the thread on my serger. Like, I ain't got time. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so grab your 2 cuff pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my piece in half, just like this. Fold both of my pieces in half, where it's right sides together, okay? And I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance on both cuff pieces. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fold one long edge down a 1/2 inch to the wrong side, and I'm just going to press. I'll do this for both cuffs. Okay, so I have my pants right side out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my cuff pieces here, and I'm going to put this over, matching the raw ends right sides together, and I'm going to pin, and then I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance around it. So I'm just going to match these seams up here and pin. All right, so there we go. That's sewn. All right, I have sewn my cuffs to the bottom of my pants. Okay, so now let's just turn our pants leg inside out. And what we're gonna do next is clip these threads. And we're going to pull our cuff piece out. Just like that. Alright. And we're going to press the seam allowance down. So it's already pretty much in. So you just press your seam allowance down just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our cuffs and we're going to fold it on top of that raw edge here. Alright. So yeah, I'm just going to take this to my iron and I'm just going to press it really well so then it can stay. And then I'll just pin. Okay, so I pressed my cuffs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my pants leg right side out. Okay, so now I have my pants leg right side out. What I'm going to do next is I'm just going to sew around this fold here. I'm just going to leave a 2 inch opening for me to insert my elastic. So what you're going to do is we're going to overlap our elastic by a 1/2 inch, and we're going to just to secure this elastic, and then we're just going to finish top stitching when we're done. Okay, so I closed up my 2 inch opening, and now I'm just going to measure down 1 inch. Okay, just measure down 1 inch all the way around. And this is what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this to the machine and just sew a long straight stitch all the way around here. And I'll do this for both pants legs. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Grab your waistband, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our waistband right sides together. So we're going to sew our short ends together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and we'll be back. Okay, so I press my seams open. I also fold one long edge with a 1/2 inch seam allowance to the wrong side. I just pressed it. All right, so I grab your pants, and what you're going to do is right sides together. You are going to get your waistband here, and you're going to, like I said, right sides together, and we're going to attach starting with the back pants, the seams, and we're going to pin all the way around. Okay. I have my waistband pinned all the way around my pants. So I'm just gonna head to the machine, do a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have attached my waistband. Take this to the iron, and I'm going to press my seams upward, up towards my waistband here. And then what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to fold my waistband. I'm going to fold my waistband on top of that raw edge here. Okay, just like that. And we're going to just pin all the way around. Okay, make sure all of your seams are turned the same way, because this ain't right. So yeah, just make sure all of your seams are turned the correct way, and then you won't have to use this. But fix just like that. Okay, so I have this waistband pinned. So now let's take it to the sewing machine and sew all the way around, leaving yourself a 2-inch opening for inserting your elastic. I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and inserted my elastic, and I also closed up my elastic opening. What you'll need to do is just refer back to the tutorial. We're going to do 2 stitches here on our waistband, and it's going to be through the elastic. So you'll just measure down from the top, whatever measurement, and measure up from the bottom. So whatever that measurement is for you, that's what you'll need to do. But you'll need to do 2 straight stitches all the way around, and I'll be back. And we are done. So cute. I think I love the pockets. Now look at those pants. Y'all, I've been checking out them pants at Walmart, like the cute one. I think they call them like uniform pants at Walmart for I don't know how long. And I'm so excited that I finally get to make my nephew his own pair of pants. You know what I'm saying? It's the Oakland pants, unisex. One second, I got a visitor. Check us out. So look, you guys, this is the Oakland pattern, unisex. It's super cute. It's got so many different options and stuff. Miley, what you think? Didn't Jace look real nice in his pants?
Yeah. So guys, my mama sews everything sometimes. She makes a video. Well, now she just still make videos sometimes.
Yeah. Y'all, she got me tickled. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go over there and do that. Tell them what they need to do, man.
So, they need to do sewing.
Okay, don't they need to like subscribe to the channel, then click the notification bell, right?
Yeah. So, and they need to learn how to sew, make a video.
Oh yeah.
And they can let their children paint.
Paint? This is not a paint video though. But go ahead.
I know. But anywho, they can do anything they want, because it's none of their business.
It's none of their business. I'm confused, but
you know, guys. Wait, I'll be back.
Okay, so she's heading on out. She said it's nobody's business, but it is what it is. Well, thank you guys so much for subscribing to Miley Made Me Do It. This is Miley, not this thing, but this right here is Mama. And we are out. So, okay, we're going to put that down. We don't need that.
See, guys, this is what my
They're not going to be able to see
I'm showing you something. So, this is what my mama made. She made this for me. Now, that's what my mama did, but she did a good subscribe before. Let me go right now. She's super big for me.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye.